After 3 weeks of terror in Austin, the bomber takes his own life. But did he leave more bombs behind? Where could they be?
Plus, another school shooting, but this time lives were spared. What did they do differently?
And your favorite childhood store is going out of business. See how you can get in on the action one last time. This and more today on OC News.
Hello and welcome to OC News. I'm Cheryl Posadas.
And I'm Jessica Cardenas. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
We begin with breaking news. The Austin bomber has been identified as Mark Anthony Condon, who police say was behind 5 explosions that killed 2 people and injured 5 in Texas. Condon killed himself on Wednesday morning by exploding a bomb in his car as police officers approached him. The blast left an injured SWAT officer. Police have warned the public to not let their guard down. Police Chief Brian Manley said, quote, "We don't know where this suspect has spent his last 24 hours, and therefore he will still need to remain vigilant to ensure that no other packages or devices have been left throughout the community."
Shots were fired again, and this time it was at a Maryland high school Tuesday morning. Maryland shooter police say 17-year-old Austin Rollins opened fire at the hallway and shot 16-year-old Jalen Willie. Rollins had a previous relationship with Willie, and she is currently fighting for her life. A 14-year-old student was shot in the leg but is in good condition. Blaine Gaskill, the school resource officer, responded within 1 minute. Investigators say Rolling fired his semi-automatic weapon at the same time. He was later pronounced dead due to a gunshot wound. According to St. Mary's County Police Department, the gun Rolling used was legally owned by his father. Investigators have a video of the shooting, which will help them figure out exactly what happened.
Russia was elected president for the next 6 years, and Africa and female in the state is in hot water. We go to Clarissa Rico, who has more on the top news from around the world. Clarissa?
Thanks, ladies. Yes, there is a lot going on outside of the United States right now. Russia just had their presidential elections that is causing quite the stir in the way Russia conducts their voting. Let's take a look.
Vladimir Putin was re-elected as Russian president on Sunday. That has already sparked controversy. This is the 65-year-old's 4th time being elected, beginning in 2000. This election will allow Putin to be in power for another 6 years. Although Putin won more than 75% of the vote, accusations of ballot rigging have already clouded the victory. In several videos taken from polling stations, people are seen stuffing ballots into the polling box several times. This isn't the first time that Vladimir Putin has been accused of rigging an election. He was also accused of interfering with the U.S. presidential election back in 2016 that elected Donald Trump. In other news, Africa's only female head of state, Amina Gurub Fakim, has resigned and will leave office after a financial scandal. Fakim allegedly made personal purchases with a credit card that was given by a London-based charity, Planet Earth Institute, in 2016. She reportedly spent up to $26,000 on jewelry and clothing. She is reported to leave office on Friday, March 23rd. And finally, the French president wants the French language to overtake English in Africa. Emmanuel Macron, the French president, is to spend hundreds of millions of euros boosting the French language worldwide in an effort to overtake English in Africa. The president hailed French as a language of freedom as he plans to pour funding into increasing French teaching and doubling the number of students in French schools abroad.
And President Trump, Kim Jong-un, and threatening to destroy his country to accepting his invitation for a face-to-face meeting all within the past year. The offer between the leaders of these two countries will be the first historical encounter. But can Trump pursue negotiations? And can the North Korean dictator be trusted? Our reporter Regina Yarita is live to tell us more on the issue. Regina?
Yes, thank you, ladies. And well, if President Trump and Kim Jong-un do meet, it would be a historical encounter in North Korean-U.S. relations. Many have long encouraged Trump to pursue negotiations to resolve the dangers of North Korea's nuclear weapons program, rather than threatening war. But what good is it considering the traded-like insults and the alpha-like personalities the two leaders have had? Let's take a look at this diplomatic whiplash.
North Korean-U.S. relations are not good, to say the least. This has become an issue because of North Korea's nuclear program and its speedy development. In response to these developments, Trump has repeatedly called Kim Little Rocket Man and has threatened fire and fury against North Korea.
Little Rocket Man, we're going to do it because we really have no choice.
Kim Jong-un has also traded insults by calling Trump a daughter and a lunatic. Now, in a display of inconsistency, the White House confirmed that Trump has accepted Kim's invitation, which came as a message from Chung A-young. With President Trump's acceptance, it will enable U.S. citizens to see the president in a diplomatic situation. But judging by Trump's known behavior, there may be implications for any future North Korean relations. As for Kim Jong-un, he has been responsible for the deaths, torture, and imprisonment of thousands of people. Many question giving the publicity triumph of appearing with the U.S. president to a notorious dictator.
Now, Trump's administration has done virtually nothing to prepare for talks, and it has yet to confirm where the meeting will be taking place. Live in Fullerton, I'm Regina Urita with OC News. Back to you in the studio.
Coming up next, Ben Affleck shocks the world with an unusual mark on his body. What was he thinking?
Plus,
I'm standing outside the Santa Ana courtyard, one of the many shelters here offered in Orange County. What steps are being done to help the homeless? Stay tuned to find out.
I'm only 17, but I know about investing. Believe in something, buy shares in it, watch it grow. So, what if you could invest in the future? The future of kids, like a stock. Not the kind of stock that's about making money, but a stock for social change. A whole new kind of investment called Better Futures. When you invest, it helps kids go to college. I could be one of the first college graduates from my family, the first philanthropist from my neighborhood. And if I'm the first, then maybe there's a second and a third. Believe in us, invest in us, watch us grow. My name is Sydney, and I'm your dividend.
on Monday night, Los Alamitos City Council voted yes on Councilman Cusimato's proposed initiative. Sanctuary State. The initiative proposes to exempt the city from a California law that protects immigrants that are here illegally by limiting cooperation between local agencies and federal immigration agents. Attorney Samir Ahmed called the measure a, quote, blatant violation of the city's obligation to follow state's law, end quote. Residents who are against the city council's proposed ordinance are on edge, while others fully support it.
We head over to Larry Junies, who hopefully has the answer to our questions.
Hello guys, as you see, it is the rainy season out here today, and I hope I can answer some of you guys' weather questions about this crazy rain here in Southern California. As we are probably singing all together, rain, rain, go away, come again another day, right? This song that we know so true and so dear in our hearts. If we're, you look at my jacket here, I'm Army ready. I'm ready for anything to happen. If we're looking at our current temperature today, we have a high of 66 right now, and it will be a low of 64 tonight. So you might want to make sure that you're zipped all the way up to your throat today so that you don't catch a cold, because we don't want to catch a cold, right? If we are looking at our local maps, you can see that there is a lot of dark green, which means a lot of heavy rain. Up in the Santa Barbara and Malibu area, they are experiencing mudslides. So make sure you guys check your local weather so that we all are traveling on safe roads. If we transition over to our national map, you can see over there in Ohio, Washington, and the great New York, there's blue. That blue indicates snow, and it's not light snow. I mean heavy snow, up to about 5 inches over there. But guess what? The kids are having fun because they probably got the day off. Over here in Southern California, we don't have those days off. Might have a flash forward warning, but we still got to go to school, right? As you see, I'm pretty much the only one out here today. I just want to let you guys know, stay safe out there. Check your local weather, and it's slippery on the streets, right? And it's not only slippery on the streets, but it's also slippery out here on the sidewalks as well. We want to make sure that we don't slip and fall and break a hip, because these hips don't lie, right? Back to you guys in the studio. Take care. Have a good day.
Thanks, Larry. Let's make sure we're safe out there during these rainy days. And now we go to our 5-day forecast. Hold on to those umbrellas because it'll be raining Thursday, but soon after those skies will clear up. Friday through Monday will be in the mid-60s, allowing us to start our spring break on a bright note. After homeless were cleared from an Orange County encampment, they were given a 30-day voucher that provided them with shelter. But time is running out, so where will they be placed after the vouchers expire? Our reporter Shannon McCurcher has more details.
Hundreds of people lost the only place they called home. Orange County's largest homeless encampment near this Angel Stadium has been cleared up and cleaned out.
I went to the riverbed about like 10 months ago when I first heard about it. It's like the only safe place to put a tent without getting busted, by the cops.
In the course of 6 days, officials emptied out 404 tons of debris, 13,950 needles, 5,279 pounds of hazardous waste, all along the river trail. Fearing for their lives with nowhere to go, riverbed residents hope to be moved to a permanent location. Following a months-long controversy, over 700 homeless individuals living in Tent City have been provided vouchers and placed in local hotel rooms. However, vouchers are only good for 1 month's rent. The question is, what happens after the 30 days are up?
Bad, like the jail tonight is overcrowded as it is like right now. So after those vouchers are over with, if you do the math, they don't have enough beds in the shelters compared to how many homeless. So we're going to get tickets. We're going to jail. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Social Services provides resources such as food stamps, Medi-Cal, and cash assistance programs.
And we were out here building relationships. We know these residents' names. They come up to us and they know us by name. We've built trust with Social Services and the homeless community out here.
Homelessness advocates like Eve feel there aren't enough services to help the homeless.
Fortunately, the problem in Orange County is that there aren't enough services to accommodate everyone. There certainly isn't enough affordable housing.
The once crowded riverbed is now closed to the public. Violators will be subject to citation or even arrested. As for the individuals living along Tent City, their future remains uncertain. I'm Shannon McCurcher with OC News.
There's been quite the amount of activity with professional sports this past week. Some of it a bit dangerous. We have Amanda Palacios with the latest.
Hello everyone. With opening baseball day being just 9 days away, many fans are concerned for Dodgers third baseman Justin Turner. Justin Turner suffered a non-displaced wrist fracture after he was hit by a pitch Monday night against the Oakland Athletics. It is unknown how long Turner will be out for, but he told MLB.com that his wrist will be in a brace for a few days before he could start moving it again. Former NFL lineman Jonathan Martin pleaded not guilty to 4 felony charges. Last month, Martin posted a picture on his Instagram account of a shotgun and ammo. The message stated, quote, "When you're a bully victim and coward, your options are suicide or revenge," end quote. The picture included the names of 2 of Martin's former teammates with the hashtag Miami Dolphins and the names of 2 former high school classmates with the hashtag of Martin's high school, Harvard Westlake. Martin faces counts of 4 criminal threats and 1 count of carrying a loaded firearm in a vehicle. It's the month of March Madness and spring has just started, but also March Madness is among us.
Now that we're down to 16 teams in the men's NCAA tournament, all eyes are on the top teams favored to win. Villanova is the favorite to win the tournament, followed by Duke and then Texas A&M.
Be sure to tune in on Thursday at 4 p.m. to catch the first game of Loyola Chicago versus Nevada. Cal State Fullerton's very own Taylor Dawkins is a freshman superstar pitcher, and while she battles each batter she faces, the real battle remains off the field. Our reporter Jessica Lucero has more on the Titan phenom.
Taylor Dawkins comes in and shuts everything down.
I just love softball from the beginning. It was kind of in my genes.
We want a player that is just flat out going to compete every pitch. And that's Taylor Dawkins.
Just a fighter on and off the field.
Taylor Dawkins is a freshman at Cal State Fullerton. Among Gatorade's Softball Player of the Year, Max Preps Player of the Year, and starting pitcher at a Division I college, her list of accolades continues to grow.
My greatest accomplishment has definitely winning the Gatorade Player of the Year.
She is going to be ready and going to compete every pitch. And that is something that's hard to teach. You either have that or you don't. She's changed the culture of our team because you know, they really are playing for today. You know, a couple weeks ago we thought she got the call for the liver transplant, and you know, pack it up and really realizing, wow, we're not going to see her on the field.
We every day are like, oh, our bodies hurt, our knees hurt, our arms hurt, but like she's out there and needs a transplant, pitching no hitters. She's just amazing, so it's crazy to watch her out there, and I wish she could play the rest of the season.
But Dawkins is also winning a bigger fight right now. That's not on the softball field. She's battling a rare form of liver cancer. She's currently cancer-free and at the top of the waiting list for a new liver.
Her strength and positivity on the field would never reveal that Dawkins has been in and out of the hospital since July of 2016 after finding a tumor on her liver and being diagnosed with cancer.
That's when the doctor told me, and she said that you have a mass in your liver and it possibly could be cancer.
You would never, ever know that what she's going through on a daily basis.
I've always been a positive person, and I just feel that it's going to be okay. And also the faith of God that I have behind me as well. And, you know, I'm always praying and all that stuff. So I think that really, I think He's there with me, and I feel it.
During her short time at Fullerton, Dawkins continues to make history, throwing the first no-hitter since 2013. With the looming transplant call, Dawkins continues to let her name be made on the field rather than off the field. For OC News, I'm Jessica Lucero.
Fans that come out and watch Dawkins continue to support her by wearing wristbands like these and using her hashtag #TaylorStrong. She continues her journey in tonight's matchup against Loyola Marymount. Back to you guys.
The Pollack Library recently opened a new exhibit celebrating the university's long history of community service. Our reporter Terry Keynes is live in the gallery to see what's on display.
I'm here in the Pollack Library's 60 Years of Community Service exhibit, highlighting the school's history of giving back to students. Over here, on this side, we have various artifacts. But to start off with the fun fact, the original book collection for the school began in 1959 with a $6,000 budget. And the founding librarian, Ernest Toy Jr., raised $20,000 in private funds to help stock the school's first 121 books. Now, right below it to start off, we have this old vintage Galaxy typewriter, very old, in mint condition. And then as you make your way across, you have old tape recorders, one that's slightly newer, and this old rotary phone. The exhibit itself is sectioned into different areas. So this is the beginning, just showing the expansion, the history, and the founding of the library and how it got its start. And then as I make my way over this side, we have the cultural section. Now this section just puts on display various trinkets from special guests from the different decades that are given back to the school. And from everything in here, there's a lot in here, one of my favorite things has to be, over here in this corner, we have this vintage librarian desk from the 1960s, back when Cal State Fullerton was known as Orange County College. This exhibit is open through June. You can come and see it for yourself. I'm Terry Gaines with OC News.
For people who aren't glued to their phones and constantly checking their social medias, we have Alyssa Rees to let you all know what you have missed out on the past couple of days.
Thanks, guys. Yes, that's right. There has been a lot happening on social media, and I'm here to fill you in on the most popular things trending now.
Ben Affleck has made headlines once again, but not for reasons you may think. The actor is being mocked for his back tattoo that he claimed was fake back in 2016. Affleck told the press that the tattoo was only temporary for a movie he was filming. And now we're not sure what people are laughing more at, the fact that he lied or the fact that he has to live with this on his body for the rest of his life. People have had a field day on Twitter poking fun at the massive and vibrant tattoo. Lollapalooza Chicago took to social media on Wednesday to announce the lineup for the music festival happening August 2nd to the 5th. This was only one day after tickets went on sale for the highly anticipated music weekend. General admission tickets sold for $335, plus taxes and fees for the 4-day-long festival. Fans can expect to see The Weeknd, Bruno Mars, Jack White, and Arctic Monkeys as the musicians prepare to take the stage as headliners in Grant Park. Starbucks has done it again. Yes, that's right. The coffee house chain is set to release another limited Frappuccino on Thursday called the Crystal Ball Frappuccino. Pictures of the drink have already been leaked and is set to taste like peach while topped with rock candy. Reporters say it will only remain on the menu for 4 days, so I suggest not wasting any time for people who want to taste the magic and post it to social media.
For some reason, I have a strange urge to try that drink, even though I'm positive it's mostly made of all sugar. Well, that's all from me here. Back to you, ladies.
The massive Toys R Us going out of business sale begins tomorrow. The price cuts include just about everything in the store that will go on until June. After fighting a battle against online retailers, they're finally closing after filing for bankruptcy. Last year, the liquidation sale will use the cash made in order to pay off their remaining debt. An advisor described the Toys R Us collapse as, quote, probably the largest retail liquidation in the country's history, end quote. A Toys R Us spokesman confirmed that the company will still honor gift cards for the next 30 days. The chain's Babies R Us stores will also close.
There's a new arrival to the sports world that is on its way to competing with the NFL in viewership, and odds are it's not like any other sport you have ever seen. Zach Sloter must have the scoop.
I know what you were thinking. What halftime show is this sport forward this grand of a scale? Well, let me be the first to tell you that it's not a halftime show, nor a form of entertainment that most of you have heard of before. With nearly 50 million viewers this past year worldwide, and projections that passed 3 major traditional sports by the year 2020, this is a new arrival to the sport world that, with younger viewership, is looking to be our future, and I got a chance to see firsthand the momentum it is gaining.
It's loud, it's passionate, and it's exciting, and it fills the room, and this is not your regular sport. Let me introduce you to a new contender for entertainment nowadays. It's called esports.
This is a sport for gaming athletes, and bars like this in Santa Ana allow for gamers to come together to play, drink, and cheer for their favorite team as they compete for thousands of dollars. At one point, watching video games at home was a secluded activity and has already grown into a social outing. And like any traditional sport, it has its hardcore fans.
Let's just go get the Yeah! Way different than watching a match at home. You have other people getting hyped at the same time, making those big plays even bigger than they would have been just sitting at home watching them on like Twitch.
Remember a couple years ago, this was starting off very small. Now it's taking over arenas around the world. It's becoming some of the biggest in sports and in entertainment. When you see the big plays, the big games, the big players up there, the arenas and the streams and everything just comes alive.
The gaming industry has really took off with games like Halo, League of Legends, and has since spread like an entertainment virus. It most recently infected an even broader range of gamers with the introduction of a game type called the Battle Royale.
In Battle Royale terms, it typically means about 100 people coming together, all jumping to one map, or all playing on one map type, and all playing against each other till the last man is standing. Fortnite shines in optimization, speed, its quickness of the game, and just its fast-pacedness.
Okay, well apparently I'm not too good at this particular game and I have a lot of practice to do, but in the meantime guys, if you are curious about this kind of stuff or like esports, get involved. Look online for some local esports clubs just like this one. That's all I have for you guys today. I'm Zach Slowmaker with OC News.
Coming up after the break, we have the latest scoop on the New York actress running for governor.
Plus, our reporter takes us inside a vibrant Indian tradition that has gone mainstream in the U.S. Ever want to experience Running Man, but without the long drive out to the desert? This might be for you. Reporter Mia Agravador has more.
Once a month, Aliso State Beach in Laguna holds the Full Moon Drum Circle, where people of all ages are invited to bring their own instruments and play into the night by the light of a bonfire. The free event has been a staple with Laguna Beach locals for 15 years, when Laguna resident Billy Fried decided to bring what he's seen at Venice Beach down to the OC. All types of drums are played, brought by participants to join in on the fun. But even though it's called a drum circle, many other instruments are played around the bonfire. Dancing is also encouraged and hard to resist at times as the rhythm is infectious.
No, I've been coming here for a couple years. I come here every full moon, and I love the vibes, and I love the music, and the people here expressing themselves as best as they can.
The drum circle isn't just for drumming and dancing, though. Many first-timers and visitors stand on the sidelines taking in the sights and sounds, but even if someone doesn't bring an instrument, someone is always willing to share their own.
No, I didn't bring it. I forgot. I was in a rush, but I try to bring something small, or I'll play one of theirs if they let me. If you ask them, or sometimes they'll see you sitting down and they'll be like, oh, you want to play? And you're like, okay. And when they get tired or bored.
So grab your drums, tambourines, and firewood, because the next full moon is Sunday, April 29th. So don't miss out on this cool, uniquely OC public event. I'm Mia Gravidor for OC News.
It was an interesting weekend in the world of entertainment. Our reporter Emma Perla has all the juicy details. Emma?
Thank you, ladies. I have so much for you today. Who's getting hitched with no prenup? An actress running for governor of New York? A queen gets a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? And what 6-year-old celebrity is bidding thousands of dollars? Let's take a look. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are expected to wed on May 19th. It's been reported that the prince is refusing to sign a prenuptial agreement.
Very romantic. As a matter of fact, I could barely let you finish proposing. I was like, can I say yes now?
She didn't even let me finish. She said, can I say yes, can I say yes now? And then there was hugs and I had the ring in my finger and I was like, can I give you the ring? She goes, oh yes, the ring.
Looks like the prince is sticking to his gentleman ways. He's expected to be worth $40 million and he wants to share it all with his future bride. Congrats to the future princess. You got yourself a stand-up guy. Cynthia Nixon, also known as Miranda Hobbs from the beloved Sex and the City franchise, is running for New York office. She announced Monday morning with a video on her Twitter captioned, quote, I love New York, and today I'm announcing my candidacy for governor, end quote. If elected, she will be the first ever female governor of the state of New York. More power to you, girl. Congratulations are in order for Mama Ru. RuPaul is the first drag queen to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Now, this is absolutely the most important moment in my professional career. Thank you so much.
The icon was honored by his friend and actress Jane Fonda.
I don't think anyone else on the Walk of Fame has ever launched an industry like RuPaul has.
If you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
RuPaul's Drag Race has brought drag culture into the mainstream world. Women and men learn so much from these queens, and they love watching. Beyonce and Jay-Z's little girl Blue Ivy is all over the headlines. In this hilarious video, she tries to bid $19,000 on a painting.
Lady down front, we got 17. You gonna do 19? Yes!
It was all for a good cause at the second annual Wearable Art Gala in Los Angeles. Blue Ivy did end up bidding at $10,000. Can we say goals? Jessica and Cheryl, back to you.
We all have an idea of what color we want to wear when getting dressed. But when you attend this year's Color Fest, you can toss your color ideas out the window because there's plenty of color to go around.
There's only one place that you can go and find every color of the rainbow, and that happens to be the Festival of Colors here in Riverside.
Today we encounter what all the color hype is about. Although there are many things that people could do with their Saturday mornings, they chose to come out and see what some of the Indian culture had to offer.
India, it was originally observed by Krishna and his eternal consort Radharani as a means of deepening relationships. We have the biggest Festival of Colors in North America in Utah, last 22 years, and so beneficial for young people that I thought I would make the experience available to others in other states and cities.
here at the Festival of Colors, it's not only about letting go, but it's also about taking the good in. And they only serve vegan food and vegetarian food. Here you see we have mango juice, we have some good old burgers that I'm about to indulge in. Super excited about it, guys.
The food is not the only thing that excites, but music galore. The DJ seemed to get everyone up and moving as color effortlessly flowed everywhere. There were people of all shapes, sizes, ages, and colors at this event, and none of those elements stopped people from pouring on in.
It's new, it's a new experience, and so it's cool to come here and have fun.
They are not the only ones. I had to join in on the excitement as well.
We're talking about spreading happiness. That's our movement. So everyone, they've got a day job, they're all corporate people, but they all come to dance it out and be free.
Now, let's let the color free us.
What a great way to celebrate spring break. Cheryl, what are your plans for this spring break?
Well, we all know spring break is to catch up on all the work we haven't done. So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yes,
how about
definitely.
you?
Definitely. I'm also going to be catching up on everything that I've missed. So catching up on sleep, that's for sure. And probably going to the beach if the weather isn't too bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for OC News today. Remember, you can be a part of the conversation by following all our social media platforms at OC News CSUF. I'm Cheryl Posadas.
And I'm Jessica Cardenas. See you after spring break.
OC News is sponsored in part by Univision Communications, Southwest Airlines, and Casanova McCann.